Hello everybody and welcome back to Wolf, and we are here with Lightfall as he searches for his friend and basically his brother-in-law, if you would like to use a human term, Lucan. Now, Lightfall and Lucan actually just went through a pretty big tragedy because Lightfall's sister, Cloudsong, who was Lucan's mate, actually passed away a short while ago, and it was very sudden and unforeseen and really very unexpected. And it hit both of them very deeply, and Lucan actually ran off. But Lightfall here has been looking for him. And so far, he doesn't know that Lucan went back to Yellowstone. We're gonna leave that deer alone. But he just knows, oh, there's another one, which we did not get to look at, unfortunately. But he just knows that Lucan ran off, and so he's been trying to find him. And along the way, he's kind of stopped for a little while to rest, and he has met the two wolves you can see follow him, Cephus and Drifthowl. Now, Cephus is a little bit older, and is actually Drifthowl's father. Drifthowl is a very young wolf who is seeking a potential mate, and Cephus is hoping that she and Lightfall will become mates, but Lightfall is honestly much more interested in trying to find his friend and basically the only wolf who still kind of connects him with his sister. So depending on how this goes, he may move on, he may follow Lucan back to Yellowstone, might stay here with these two, or he could be killed in this time period, and his story might come to a sudden end just like his sister's did. So we shall have to see how everything plays out. I don't know why it's giving me a further away carcass when there's one like right here. Let's see, what is it telling me? It's just night is falling. And there's a carcass up here. We're actually not all that hungry though. And maybe that's why it was telling me. We'll just lay here and rest. And we will let the night pass. So Lightfall's objective is basically to survive for a month, and depending on what happens, if something particularly dramatic goes on, we may see his motivation and story change, but if nothing changes and he manages to survive for a month, then we'll say he made it on to Yellowstone and managed to find Lucan, and they may appear in our Wolf Quest series. And then for Wolf, we may progress into season 2, or we may, depending on, I've noticed this series doesn't seem to necessarily, there's not as much interest in it as there seems to be in Wolf Quest and Shelter 2, it seems. So if you guys think the series maybe should come to an end for a while, we can take a break from Wolf. But if you guys still want to see Wolf, let me know so that I know that we will be able to continue into a season 2. I know it can sometimes seem kind of like a boring game, and I know you guys probably want to see puppies, and that can be a little bit hard in this game because it takes so long to get there, because the months are like 30 days each, pretty much realistically. Oh, don't want to go this way, there's a person. But it can be a little bit repetitive, and it takes a long time to get to the point of having puppies. It's not an easy game to YouTube, I will tell you that. I'm pretty sure this game it definitely came out before YouTube was big, but I don't even know what year YouTube started. It probably came out before YouTube even really was a thing. So it definitely wasn't designed with YouTube in mind, and it can be quite difficult. And don't worry, too, because I'm hoping I will be able to bring back some of the other series that I know you guys want to see, like Niche and possibly Dog Sled Saga, depending on... The thing is with those, both of them encountered game-breaking updates, so I put the series on hold for a while, and hopefully I know Niche is planning to update very soon. In fact, there's a possibility it's updated already. I should check on that. Sometimes they don't always... Sometimes I miss the announcements and stuff, but there is a possibility that it's already updated. If not, it's supposed to update in February, and it is February now. It's, in fact, the middle of February today. Almost exactly. So, and we're getting a little hungry. We're gonna get this beaver. And we'll just jump on it. Are we close enough? We might miss. Yeah, we missed. Just gotta run it down a little ways. There, we should be, well, maybe. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Do we get hurt from that? No, we're just thirsty. So next step is to find water. Now we're gonna head back towards the den because I happen to know there's water right by the den. And this is not necessarily Lightfall's den. It's just the place that Cephus and Drifthowl are looking for. And who is this following us? Is this... Oh, it's Drifthowl for once. Usually Cephus is the one who's sticking to us like glue and kind of keeping an eye on us, but this time it's Drifthowl. I wonder, maybe she perhaps is also starting to consider Lightfall as a possible mate and is getting a little bit curious. At first it was kind of more of her father's idea. But, and I think Lightfall still isn't overly interested just yet. We shall have to see what he decides, though. But anyway, I know Niche is planning to update pretty soon. I will go and check on it, because when it updates, hopefully they will have fixed that game-breaking bug we encountered, and hopefully we will have some cool new features like camouflage and jungle biomes, and I've seen some of what they're doing, and it looks pretty stinking cool. But it is supposed to be updating pretty soon here, so in any case, that series will resume when it does. We're just on hold for now because we did unfortunately encounter a game-breaking bug. But Niche will be back, do not fear. But it could be that depending on how much you want to see this, maybe Wolf would start to alternate days. Because usually, the way it is now, I produce about 3 videos a day. And I'd like to try and keep up at least 3 videos. But beyond that, and it can start to be a little bit difficult for me to keep up with, and it's a lot of content for you guys to watch. That's why the videos are closer to 20 minutes too, because it seemed like a lot of people were not making it through the long episode lengths, so I want to try and trim it down so people can be able to see the videos, and so it's not too much for people to take in. YouTube provides analytics, so that's how I know how much most people are seeing and such not. But my analytics are saying that a lot of people aren't making it all the way through, and so I want to try and shorten the length to see if that helps, because it is a lot. Like 3 30-minute videos a day is a lot. Even 3 20-minute videos a day is a lot. So, and it's a lot for me. It's a lot for me to talk through that length of time. And so we have 3 series that are pretty much daily. We have 2 series that are kind of just whenever it works out. That would be Forgotten Worlds and Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Both of which are series that I enjoy, but it takes a little bit longer, a little bit more goes into them, or it depends on other factors. So both of those are not daily series, but once Niche updates, it could be that if you guys are more interested in series like Wolf Quest and Shelter 2, maybe Wolf would start to rotate with Niche, and it would be every other day. One day we'd have Wolf, the next day we'd have Niche. Or depending on if Niche becomes a daily series, maybe we'll just have Wolf be bi-daily, or not bi-daily, I don't know how you'd say it, but it would be every other day. It kind of just depends. We should get some more water. We're thirsty again already. Because it simulates for the full time, it just speeds it up. So let's go ahead and look for something to snack on. Not the cow. We're not going to go look for the cow. Maybe we'll go for the beaver up here. But so that's kind of the state of things at the moment. But let me know if you guys think Wolf should take a break after Lightfall's story, or if you do like it, you want to see more, if you would rather see it as a daily series, or if you'd be okay if it started rotating with something like Niche once we get to that point. Just let me know what you want to see. I want to be delivering content that interests you. Well, actually, let's go check out this caribou. I want to deliver content that interests you guys, and I don't want... Oh, it's limping. Oh, good. Hopefully we can just jump. No, we missed. We weren't close enough. But, come on. We should be able to catch up to it. Yes, we can. There we go. And there we go. Wow, we're so much stronger than it. Lightfall is a pretty strong wolf, honestly. He's not that bad. Let's see. Yeah, he's got pretty good stats. There we go. And let's get a little bit of a snack. Oh, there come Drifthowl and Cephus, too. So it just is talking, again, like I've said, evolution is generally accepted, but there are alternatives, and even though it's usually taught as fact, it is still a theory, and so it's really important to go and see for yourself what you believe. I have a post in the community about evidence for and against evolution, so it's really important that you learn about these things for yourself and don't just accept what you're being taught. Because, I mean, many centuries ago, people thought the world was flat. And we now know that's not the case, but people know that because somebody questioned and didn't just go along with, oh, everybody's saying the world is flat, so the world must be flat. They questioned and they learned something new because of it. So it's very, very important to always figure out for yourself what you believe. Don't just take what somebody else is telling you. Go learn on your own and find out, make sure what they're telling you is right. So I would encourage you to do that, because even though evolution is a generally accepted theory, there is evidence against it as well as what people say is evidence for it. So I provided some articles if you guys want to read. It's a very interesting topic to read up on too, and to just be informed about the different views that are out there. So I would highly suggest you check that out. But anyway, I don't really want to get into that here. I just always like to make sure that I present a variety of different views. And let's go ahead and we shall see. We need a little bit more water soon. Maybe we'll just head back down. Wolf can be a little bit of a slow-paced game too, and I do understand that, which is why I think I tend to add a little bit more story into it than we usually do with Wolf Quest, because the stories make it a little bit more interesting sometimes and easier to watch. It's very interesting to play, it's just not necessarily a good game format for recording some of the time. So that explains a little bit of why we add in so much external story and such not. Let's see. Is there, I think we can go back this, there's the den, so the water would be a little bit this way. There's the water. We'll get a drink and then it'll be about nighttime. And time to rest. In fact, we might just lay down right here. And it'll be nighttime and somebody's off somewhere. Oh, somebody's off to get a drink. We'll have to see. Oh, and okay. Sleeping in the pond, that's fine. That's fine, that's perfectly normal. Just sleep in the pond. Let's see. And we'll just let the night pass. So, Lightfall's simulation is set to go for 1 month, which is game time. So after 1 month, it will automatically end it, and if he's still alive, it should give us a U1 sort of message, and then we can kind of decide what he decides to do after that. So let's see who this was. This is Drifthowl. Yep, I kind of figured it'd be Cephus. Cephus does weird things like sleep in the pond. Cephus is Cephus. He's just gonna kind of do his thing. Let's go ahead, we'll get a drink. I mean, I guess it pays in some ways, because you can just get a drink whenever you want one. Let's go up this way and see if we can get something off this carcass, because we are getting a little bit hungry. We're thirsty already, we just drank! And I'm trying to make sure I always use sight. That's the one thing that I get a little lazy with sometimes. And that's not a good thing, because if a plane or a helicopter comes around, you can die very quickly. I think one hit from either of those will kill you. So it's a very serious thing. Oh, there's a caribou. How is the caribou? Is it a weak caribou? Oh, it is weaker than us. Maybe we'll hunt it down, because normally, too, in this game, it pays... Oh, somebody else took a shot at it, it looks like. Normally in this game, it pays to, no, we'll leave it be. Normally in this game, it pays to not overhunt, but because these guys are just passing through, then we're not so concerned over it. So this says there's some controversy as to whether wolves see in color or black and white. Regardless, it is unlikely that they see the various hues of the spectrum as humans see them, because the physical makeup of the eye is different. So, oh, sorry. Let me go ahead and we shall make sure. But yeah, it's very bad if you run into a plane or a helicopter. So let's go ahead. We have Drifthowl and Cephus is down there. And let us go ahead. And what do we need? Do we need water? We don't really need water yet. We're kind of just wandering around. But yeah, these guys are transient, so they're not so concerned about... We're not being that concerned with overhunting and such not. Now, normally, like I said before, wolves in the wild will only kill what they need at a given time. Which is... that they do a fairly good job of that in this game, of showing that... I mean, I guess you could mass hunt, but it's a little more difficult. But nevertheless, it generally, if you plan on being in an area long-term in wolf, it's better to scavenge versus getting new food every time, bringing down a new animal every time. But for, in this case, because we don't plan on being here that long-term, it's probably okay. I don't know exactly how much time has passed, but, it's because, like, the moons, it doesn't show the cycles of the moon if you sleep through the night, but I'm guessing it's probably been about a week in game. And we passed our den, apparently. Did I see it? Was I just not paying attention? Oh, it's up here. Okay. That makes sense. I saw the very bottom of it and didn't recognize it as the den area. I think, yeah, because here's the pond. We'll get a little drink, and it's almost nightfall, so we'll get a drink. And let us see. There's not really any prey here. What do we want to do? Oh, there is prey here. There's a deer down this way. Maybe we can catch up to it. Oh, here we go. Oh, dang it. Maybe we'll chase this deer a little bit. And just see. Oh, wow, it's 2 away already. It really ran. But we'll see how strong this deer is. I think it may be the kind of stronger one that was around a little bit. Or a little bit ago, but, it might not be. It might be a different deer. We'll have to see. I do really like the style of wolf, both the pixel art style and the, almost RPG-ish sort of feel. I think it went behind this beaver, because this beaver is 0 away, but we shall see. Here's the deer. Okay, we're gonna run and see if we can catch up to it. Nope, it took off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we'll slow down. Yep, it took off. But I definitely like the feel of the game. It would just be nice to have more customizable settings like month length, because then you could trim it down to a much more manageable length. Speaking of, I believe it is night. So, we'll probably head back, and we'll sleep. We'll sleep. We'll sleep for the night, and, then we probably will have to head up. And that kind of how it is that, a lot of the time wolves' hunts don't go successfully and they have to break it off and let the animal go because it's not worth the chase. And that's kind of what happened here, is they have enough food, they have food elsewhere, it's not worth so much effort. And we'll have to see, who do we have here with us? Is this Drifthowl or is this Cephus? Can I move my mouse without waking him up? Very carefully. Yes, it is Drifthowl. So Drifthowl is sticking kind of close to us this time. It seems she too may be taking an interest in Lightfall more than just her father's wishes for her. Now, whether or not Lightfall reciprocates those feelings, we shall have to see. And let's head back up because we're now thirsty, we're hungry. Let's head back up. Let's try to get this beaver, actually. Because there's a beaver pretty close and that should satisfy our hunger. Here goes the beaver. Okay. Beaver are really easy to catch in this. That's kind of nice. Hey, we've killed 20 beavers. Okay. Now let's see. I think we haven't necessarily, but he has in his life. They come with some preset stats. But I like how you can change how strong your wolf is by hunting and stuff and developing strength. That is pretty cool. And, like, if I was going to make a game, I'd want to do something like that. I think it's a very, very cool dynamic, and it does kind of lend it an almost RPG-ish feel. So, let us get back up. The den is this way. And maybe she'll get a drink once we get there. I don't want to run because... Oh, wow, there's Beaver back there. But I think it knew we were heading the other way. Let's get him a drink, and then we will actually break off the episode. And we will be back to him tomorrow. So let me know if you want to see the series continue into a season 2. If you like to see it maybe become a every other day series and alternate with something else, or if you'd like to see it as a daily series. Now, keep in mind, I can only do so many daily series before, like, my voice starts to run out and it becomes a big strain on me. But if you guys want to see it as a daily series, as long as we only have 3 or 4 daily series, I'm okay with it. So, but I will see you guys next time, and until then, this is Jay, over and out.